All right, section 5, last section, guys. Again, we've got more equivalent expressions, and we know what to look for first by now. We should be looking at our parentheses first. So let's take a look what we got. Here we actually have two sets of parentheses, and notice there's nothing in between them. So we don't have any numbers in front to distribute, and there's no addition sign like in between the two sets of parentheses. So what that means is we have to distribute these parentheses to each other. So basically pretend, if you will, like this entire set of parentheses has to be distributed to this entire set of parentheses. Okay, because it's not just like a number or a symbol, it's an entire set of parentheses. That means we have to multiply all of this by all of this. So what that really means, to make it more confusing, is that we need to distribute everything inside of that blue set of parentheses into everything in that green set of parentheses. So let's start with that blue set of parentheses. We've got to take that x and go ahead and distribute that first. There is a 1 there. Right, so I'm going to do 1 times 2, which is going to give me 2. And then I also have to do x times x, right, because there's an x in both of those terms. So that's going to be 2x and then squared. All right, I'm still on this first set of parentheses in the blue. Now I've got to distribute that x also over here to this -5. So I have to do 1 times -5, which will be -5. And then, remember, there was an x here, so that's also got to go in my distribution. All right, so now I've distributed the x from that blue set of parentheses to everything inside the green. But I also need to make sure I distribute this 2. So I'm going to switch colors for that. So now I have to distribute this 2 to everything inside of that set of parentheses. So 2 times 2, actually let's go under. 2 times 2 is 4. I'm going to have plus 4. Then I also have an x there, so plus 4x. And then 2 times -5. So that's minus 10. So I want y'all to, what I did there's actually a little memory tool you can use for this. It's called the FOIL method. We did the first two terms. So our blue was the first two terms next to each other first, and then we did the outside terms, so the blue x times the -5 are the two terms like on the outside, so that's O. And then when we switch to the red, now I'm on the inside 2, and I do the inside 2 times the other inside term, so that's called the inner. And then 2 is the last term of the blue colors, and -5 is the last term of the green. So those are the last numbers in each set. So we call that last. So if you do first, outside, inside, last, you'll get these 4 terms under here. And now all we have to do is simplify. And lime green sounds fun. So I've got 2x squared here. Shouldn't have any other x squared terms. So going to leave that be. Just be 2x squared. Then I've got this -5x here and a positive 4x in the middle. I can combine those together. So -5 plus 4. Check it in your calculator, please. So we're going to have negative 5, and that's a positive 4. So plus 4 is negative 1. So that's going to be negative 1x. And then last but not least is minus 10. So we got to go through and look at our answer choices. Letter A does not have the 2x squared. It only has x squared, so that can't count. B is in the same spot. Letter C has 2x squared, has minus x, but even though we don't see the 1, we know that there is a 1 there. And then minus 10, so it's going to be C as our answer. All right, so that's how you do that kind of question with the FOIL method. The next video is going to have the same question but using the box method. So yes, you need to watch that first, figure out which one you like, and then you can do the practice.